And today I'm very happy to be joined with the 3 ESSEC alumni who come actually from the second program that I was just talking about, the MBA in luxury, the global MBA in luxury, and who will be also jointly co-teaching with me the modules that we have that we will be introducing to you later on in a very innovative approach of joining academia and industry.
Today, non-luxury consumers have, generally speaking, developed very similar characteristics and behaviors as luxury consumers, and that's where it gets also a little bit more complex. So we also have to remind ourselves that luxury brands have done a great job in making products more accessible along the way to consumers by developing, entry price lines while maintaining, the luxury appeal. So in a way, this has also created more sophisticated and demanding, non-traditionally, let's say, luxury consumers that now are, as I was saying, more demanding.
Their behaviors, needs, and aspirations are not only different, but they also can shift very quickly, unpredictably, and irrationally. So I do believe companies would do much better if they can uniquely look at their H&I strategies with a differentiated lens, reimagine, redefine, and rebuild their engagement strategies that is deeply focused on behavior science, which is an interdisciplinary realm of psychology, social and cultural anthropology, philosophy, and understand how all of these impacts personal decisions, interactions and actions. And this understanding, I believe, would allow companies to create course value propositions and differentiators that are truly sustaining in nature.
The luxury industry has always been way ahead of this. And I think this is where other businesses can really learn on that ability to connect and create that human relation. In the end, that's all these clients actually want, irregardless of the money, is that connection to a sales associate, to a brand.
In general, consumers are very much, living and consuming in a very fluid state of mindset, let's put it that way, where luxury and non-luxury many times, blend very organically. So I think that nowadays non-luxury companies can really learn from luxury brands, obsession. Also, as Douglas was saying, to delight consumers, across all touch points, which obviously is very, very specific to luxury companies, as consistency, has always been a value very deeply rooted in the luxury sector. So I would say one point is obviously consistency in planning and consistency obviously in execution. And the other thing that I would add, of course, is also consumer relevance, to be able from brands to basically reach out to consumers, always in a relevant manner.
Yeah, I would add to that and it's that sort of going back to my last point, is because this business is really built one customer at a time, and it's a business that doesn't need a lot of traffic to make the business. So that is, again, it's that real relationships and allowing a real one-to-one customer service model versus just a generic model. And it gets into, I think Sushanta will talk about this on the data science of it, of real personalized messages. And now with AI can help in that, but it's real personal and it's true personal versus, emails that are very generic from that sense.
Great, and maybe, I'll take a couple of points from what Max spoke about customer journeys and what Douglas spoke about 25 color variants of the same bag being sold to the same person. Well, it's very interesting to note that all companies spend a lot of time and effort in mapping a customer journey within their own ecosystem. What's the typical behavior of that new customer, how he or she is adapting, evolving, and what are the triggers and nudges that the company can do to increase their share of wallet? What's not done so very well is to earmark how the customer journey is happening between different product and service industries to better understand the behavioral changes that's happening due to impacts outside their ecosystem and how to then better adapt. So what happened to that lady outside the ecosystem to go on buying 25 color variants of the same bag? I do believe that non-luxury companies who have H&I clients can really augment their engagement strategies by understanding more on this typical HNI client's behavior within a luxury industry, right? If it's the same customer that buys Louis Vuitton, stays in a Ritz-Carlton, has a family office managed by Credit Suisse, or drives a certain brand of cars, it will be very extremely helpful for a non-luxury company to understand and leverage these behavior traits. So in my opinion, there are some great ways to have loyalty hacks, and it is never more important than now, for where COVID has changed all our lives in profound ways, that companies have to re-engage and make themselves relevant in a more meaningful way, in a more effective way today.
You can see that, that we really put a lot of effort into designing these very complementary modules, which are focusing on different aspects of understanding luxury consumers. Thank you very much for, first of all, to my wonderful panelists, and also to all the participants who joined, and and all the questions. And I hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you in our workshops.